No, I'll be honest with you. Just the way that the league work, obviously, it's hard to kind of circle back where you come from. But this was always one of my favorite places, if not one of my most favorite places that I played in. I had nothing but the most respect and love for the city, my family. It was just a place that, helped me turn me into a man. Coming off of Cleveland, city welcomed me. So it's always fun to come back to a familiar place. And, I'm excited to be back for sure.
How different does it look?
I don't recognize the city now. I don't recognize the stadium, man. It's too much light. Back over there it wasn't enough sunlight over there. So it's beautiful, obviously, what they've done to the facilities. A lot of things have changed in 5 years. So as soon as I got off the plane, man, pulling into the stadium, it was just a whole different ball game. I came here last year. We didn't see this side of the stadium, obviously. So just seeing this is just super cool, man. And you can see that things are turning around here, obviously on the field and off the field.
What have you noticed about the energy? I know it's only been 2 days, but just around the team, what's different?
I mean, it's the youth, obviously, and just the energy around here, man. And guys have welcomed me in. I think that a lot of these guys, man, I'm old enough to be some of these guys' dads, man. So some of these guys, man, I remember a guy was just like, I used to watch you in 7th grade. And I was just like, man, don't tell me that no more, man. He was like, I was in the 6th grade when you came in the league. So, man, obviously it's humbling that, the respect that the guys have given me since I've stepped foot in this locker room. And, obviously just being any sort of assistant to these guys, man, got a lot of great young players, man. So I'm excited to just be able to give those guys what I got physically and mentally for sure.
You got 6 weeks, first 6 weeks out. So how valuable are these next 2 weeks for you, considering that you're going to be out for a little while?
Yes, obviously they're huge. They're huge. Just getting back into the groove of things. Obviously, it was a long season last year, coming off of the Super Bowl loss. But coming here, man, just get my body back acclimated to football and things of that. No matter how much you train, you just can never get ready for football shape or Florida weather. Being here, obviously, the old days back in the day, man, you just can't duplicate this Florida heat. So obviously this is huge, just getting myself acclimated with the playbook, familiar with the team, and just kind of breaking bread with these guys, man, showing face, man, just, tapping in with a lot of the guys, man, and just letting them guys get a feel for me and getting a feel for these guys, man. So just moving forward, man, just being a resource for everybody.
The majority of the guys they added, including yourself, have a lot of playoff experience, you and Eric. What does that do for a young team that's trying to get over the hump a little bit?
It's huge. I think that it is huge. I look back at the time when myself, when I was a young guy here and we had that push in 2017, they brought guys in like Calais Campbell. And you think about those guys was huge for this team. Those guys, you bring in guys like Calais and guys like Malik who had that playoff experience, man. And that was huge for us, man. We was young guys. I was the oldest guy in the room at 25 years old at the time. So, looking back on that, just the knowledge of the game. Everybody's physically gifted. But the thing about it, man, is mentally is just the understanding of how the game, man, just little tidbits that you can give these young guys, man. They are physically talented or else they wouldn't be here, man. But a lot of the things is above the shoulders. And some things you just talent can't do. Age and wisdom, man, I'm a little long in the tooth. So, I try to spread wisdom as much as I can to these young guys, and hopefully it stick to them, man, and it could just be that extra play that may be a game changer that could get us to where we need to go.
You haven't missed a lot of games in your career. Have you thought about what it's going to be like to sit out 6 of them?
Oh, man, I've been thinking about it ever since, it came out. Just wanted to know what it'd be like watching football from the house in the fall. I had a scare in 2022. I got signed a couple of days before the last preseason game. That was probably the closest I've had to this. But besides that, it'd be a unfamiliar territory for me. But obviously, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful that they had enough respect for me as a man, as a player, as a person, to bring me in here and give me an opportunity. And like I said, I have nothing but love for the city, the organization, from the bottom of my heart. So we're just going to approach this thing, man. And right now, we're in a building, so I'm just going to try to be a resource and try to pick these guys' brain and kind of go from there.
Can you get your old number back?
I wish, but I don't know. Like this right here, y'all not used to this. I'm not used to this, and don't get used to this. All right, 47, I don't know, man. But I would like to get it back. But at this point, man, if he have ties to it, man, I think I'm gonna have to find another number, man. But 39 always got a special place in my heart for sure.
In 17, you were part of a defense that, from a ball hawking standpoint, was about as good. What was it about that defense, and have you ever been on one like that?
I tell people, and I was asked this question in 2022 in San Francisco, man, that was a collection of some of the best football players I played with. And people ask me all the time, man, and I say it's hard to compare, man, because that 2017 team was special, man. A lot of those guys is lifelong friends that I still keep in contact with. I'm neighbors with Barry Church, man, so, you know, that was my running mate back then. I still talk to Jay Ram, man. He still is an angry dude all the time, man. And so, you know, but, you know, that we just came in here with attitude. It was just a bunch of guys with attitudes, man, and we wanted to prove ourselves, and we was hungry. We was that young team that nobody gave us respect. We had to go out there and demand it, and that team always have a special place in my heart, man. I was talking to one of the trainers, Robbie, about that team, man. I mean, that year was a special year, man. You guys witnessed that, man. It was a year that I always remember. So it just was different. It was just we bought into it. Man. That was the hardest training camps of our lives, man. And we complained every single day. Every day, but you know, the results paid off, and the success that we had, it was just a blessing. So just to be able to be back where, you know, that kind of thing started, man, is just super humbling, and I'm excited for the opportunity.
Tashaun, those guys that came into the league with you aren't in the league anymore.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
First and foremost, I say that. And I've always had that chip on my shoulder. Just being an undrafted guy, I thought that was something that I used to hate. You know, even after Pro Bowls and accolades, they still referred to me as an undrafted free agent. And that thing just used to always push me, and it's just something that I always stay humbled and always work, because I always felt like I never would get the same luxury as those first-round guys. So just staying grounded, no matter the accolades, no matter the success I've had, I just always felt like each year could be that year. So, and going through things in your career, you get cut a couple of times, and you look at yourself, and sometimes I admit you got to question yourself, like, man, why is this happening? And when those things happen, you just got to put your big boy pants on, man. You got to go back to work. So I think that everything that I went through in my career, from the time being undrafted to this point, man, made me humble, made me work hard, and just always understand that, man, it's a blessing to play in the National Football League. And being here is a blessing of a lifetime, and I never take it for granted.
Playing with Eric Armstead the last few years.
Yeah.
What was that relationship like, and what's it like being on the same defense?
Man, I love AA, man. And he was kind of like that guy who, like everybody, he was one of the guys, man, that, you know, when I first got to San Francisco, man, he welcomed me. You know, just one of those guys that sit at the locker, break bread with you, and just kind of get to know you as a player, as a person, man. And that's 2 years ago in San Francisco. So to be able to be here with him now, first thing I did, man, I seen him, man, gave him a hug, man, and, you know, we rapped a little bit, we talked, and, man, I got nothing but the ultimate respect for him, ultimate pro. Jacksonville got a great one with him, and, you know, I'm excited to be back with a guy like that. Not only is he a great player, man, but he's a great teammate and even better leader, and these are the type of guys that you want to bring into your organization to help turn things around, man, and Jacksonville got a good one, man. I'm excited to be back with my guys as well.
All right, thanks, Gip.
I appreciate y'all.